Right. Everyone loves to eat, and there are so many people around the world who dream of transforming their noshing skills and perhaps cooking skills into a full-blown business. But becoming a successful food blogger is no easy feat, especially nowadays in today's saturated social media market. Well, our next guest, Jake Cohen, has figured out the recipe both literally and figuratively. He has over 1 million followers on Instagram who religiously watch him cook and eat. And he was just here in Israel last week trying out the local goods. Jake Cohen, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a bit about your journey. How did you get started in food blogging?
It's something that I always knew I was going to do. Food was always the only thing that I wanted to do professionally. So I went straight from high school to culinary school, worked in restaurants, ran test kitchens for different food magazines. So the second I could go off on my own and start writing books, it was just the easiest choice I could have ever made.
Right. So how did you get started in food blogging specifically and kind of building up your social media?
It's as simple as you post online, and if you have a story that people resonate with, you're going to grow. Everyone thinks that there's this like get rich quick scheme, but it's very much like, I don't know, going like, how do you get into shape? You work out and you watch what you eat. It's like, how do you build up a social media following? You post, and if people like it, you continue to grow. So I just really try to stay as true and authentic to the way I cook, the way I eat, the way I love to kind of gather my loved ones, and just document it authentically.
Right. So, I mean, the idea is to basically just keep on posting, right? Keep on putting out content, because at the end of the day, the more content you provide, the more there is for us to watch. So how have you been able to kind of monetize this following? I understand that you're writing books as well. It's not just through Instagram per se.
Correct. To me, I see it as this is my large platform for marketing everything. I give people really content recipes that they can make immediately. And then once they fall in love with a recipe of mine, which is something that like, that's the goal. I create this relationship with everyone who cook my recipes that then they want more. And naturally it's like, great, well, I have a cookbook with 100 recipes. I have a new cookbook now coming out with 115 recipes. So once you want and create that relationship, it becomes quite easy to be like, let's continue this offline, which I think is the most important thing, because social media has so much good, but also it's never the same as creating like a tangible relationship, like someone reading a book or getting a product or getting to see you in person. So it's a duality.
Right. Building kind of trust in that community. So obviously we want to know about your trip here in Israel. What were your biggest takeaways about food culture?
This one was super special because I surprised my mother with a trip since she had never been. So this was her first time, and to like see her trying like a sabich from Hakusam or the pastries from Alexander, or going to Basta for the first time, and really just having that initial experience, because Tel Aviv is such like, it's to me, it's my favorite food city other than New York in the world.
Okay, we're gonna write that down. That's amazing to hear. Favorite food city in the world, and I agree with this 100%. So give us a one-liner here. What are your recommendations for those who want to do what you do?
It's as simple as stick to it. Don't overthink it. The most important thing is people can sniff out a fake. So really, it's like if you are not being authentic to who you are, how you cook, whatever content you're doing, doesn't have to be food. If you're not representing yourself properly, it just comes off as disingenuous, and people won't like you.
All right. Well, Jake, I know that you have a new cookbook coming out called I Could Nosh. So if you are watching and interested in pre-ordering, now it's going to be out on September 12th.